Hi guys, a very good morning. Mamuka say, Mamuka say, Mamuka say. So I'm back so that we can talk about important matters, about important issues. Robert Mugabe, um, his life is being remembered on this day, the 6th of September. And we've seen G40 people, G40 officials, and the G40 leaders, Xavier Kasukwere, coming out publicly and actually saying that we remember the founding father, liberator, educationist, and leader, President Mugabe. Today, 3 years ago, you were promoted to glory. The teachings and direction you gave us remain unmatched. We will not betray you, and indeed, our great people of Zimbabwe. The marathon continues. These are the words from Sylvia Kasukwere, somebody who was tipped to actually replace President Robert Mugabe. And it was supposed to happen in 2018. He was supposed to be the candidate for ZANU-PF in 2018 before Emerson Mnangagwa maneuvered his way through to power. So you can actually see that in as much as people celebrate Robert Mugabe, he does have his own shortfalls. Let us remember the Gukura Hundi, the victims of Gukura Hundi, the people who perished in the Matabeleland. Let us remember the looting which happened under his watch, the 15 billion looting which he actually acknowledged that was looted. Let us look at the rule of law itself. He destroyed the judiciary, he promoted the state capture, and he promoted violence and intimidation against the people. In 2008, a lot of people were left with short sleeves, were amputated their hands, and it's something which is not so good, something which is not so proper, and something which we cannot ignore at this moment in time. So if we are to look at the history of Robert Mugabe, he started well, but when he was about to end, or soon after beginning his career, he began to want to actually silence opposition politics, and he wanted to create a one-party state. And that is the genesis of the problems of the Republic of Zimbabwe. That is the genesis of the Zimbabwean problems, where he never wanted opposition. He wanted everything to be done by himself and his political organization and political party. So in as much as people actually remember his life, celebrating his life, his legacy, we need to tell the truth about where our problems started, how our problems started. We cannot ignore those important factors and those important issues at this juncture and at this moment. So he's one of the people who had 27 farms. 27 farms, just one man. Is somebody who spearheaded the liberation struggle, and after that, he began doing what the colonizers were not actually doing, because during the Smith regime, they had one farm, and those with majority could have two, three. But during the Mugabe regime, he had 27 farms to himself, 27 farms owned by the Mugabe family. And you can actually see that the liberator was now the oppressor, and there was now the colonial master at this moment in time. So let us look at the looting which was happening. If you look at Gushungo Holdings, it was functional when Mugabe was president. It was functional So we continue to question the legacy of President Robert Mugabe on that basis to say, uh, how did you manage to build the empire when you were in power, and how did the empire collapsed after you left power, or you were no longer in power and you were out of power? So that gives us a scenario where a lot of politicians, they build their empires from looting. They build their empires from actually using the state resources to sustain their businesses, to sustain their empires. So, with the normal eye or the naked eye, people will be seeing a business being run, but not knowing the sources of the funds, not knowing how that business is being sustained. But if you are to look to the history of that empire, it's the way it is sustained will tell you what is really happening. However, we cannot ignore the fact that Robert Mugabe, while he was in power, he spearheaded for the education of the people of Zimbabwe, especially in the 1980s and early 1990s. He worked hard to make sure that Zimbabweans were educated. If we are to look at various schools we have, even though they were built by communities, they were built by the people, he was supporting the education sector far much better than what is being done by those we have today. But looking forward to around the late 1990s, Robert Mugabe began neglecting the education sector because he thought that the people were now going against him because they were so educated. So these are the shortfalls which came in between. If you look at the team which Robert Mugabe was working with, it was not a good team, not the best team. The likes of people like Emerson Mnangagwa and his cronies. These are people who were not supposed to be in government for such a very long time. So despite the good things he did, especially in the education sector, there are issues where we actually blame him for because he stayed in power for too long. Not only staying in power for too long, he failed the issue of the issue of transition. He failed the issue of succession. He was supposed to actually nominate the successor within ZANU-PF, and he was supposed to leave that successor in power, but he failed to do that. And he tried to maneuver. He tried to actually make a dynasty, and that created a lot of problems and a lot of confusion. So this is it, Team Zimbabwe. Team G40 is actually celebrating Robert Mugabe, and he died in 2019. That is on 6 September. That is when Robert Mugabe died, and these people, the Sevia Kasukweres, they are celebrating his life. They actually are celebrating and actually promising to carry over the legacy and to make sure that they make the people of Zimbabwe happy once again. I don't know how they're going to do it, but this is what they are promising to the people of Zimbabwe, and also they are promising to the dead. So myself, I don't believe that these guys are going to bring anything new because they failed to maneuver in 2016 to 2017. They failed in terms of strategy, and right now, Nelson Chamisa is on the forefront and does have an upper hand. So the only way is to actually let Nelson Chamisa lead, is to actually let Nelson Chamisa take charge of the economy, because he doesn't have any bad record, and only a person without a bad record can actually maneuver this country, can take this country forward. So this is my opinion, this is my take. But I've tried to show you what the G40 people are saying as they commemorate or as they celebrate the life of Robert Gabriel Mugabe. So this is it, Team Zimbabwe. Let us meet in other episodes and other programs. Signing out, my name is Ronald Kwamakusha. I hope that you have subscribed. I hope that you have liked, you have commented, and you're actually sharing the videos. Let us meet in other programs and other episodes.